Hi, first grade. Miss Kathy back, ready for grammar review, part 2. Today's Monday, April 27th, 2020. You don't need to write anything down. You have most of this in your spiral already. And we stopped with the noun family. And I mentioned that we were going to start with verbs, but I forgot a few things about adjectives. So we're going to review a little bit more about adjectives. Remember, one of our lessons was many adjectives for one noun. And let me see if I can get that. Who remembers what is an adjective? Can you say it? An adjective is a word that describes a noun, and adjectives add information to the noun. Okay, I'm trying to find, I thought I had the right one out, but I didn't. So an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Adjectives add information to the noun. Oh my goodness, here we go. So sorry. Okay. So we did this work together. And we wrote many adjectives for one noun. Because in a noun family, you can have one article adjective, the little teeny tiny adjectives, an or the. And then you can have several adjectives together describing a noun because they're like the brothers or sisters, you know. So, okay, I've got some nouns here I'm going to show you. Just to review this, let's see. I'm going to, this is a good one. Water. All right. Could we say fresh water? Yes. All right. Could we say soft fresh water? No, that doesn't make any sense. It has to make sense, remember? Could we say smooth fresh water? We could. That means there weren't any ripples in the water. It was very smooth. There might be a better one in this list. Could we say sweet fresh water? Or we could even switch these adjectives around. This fresh, sweet water. Let's see if we can do it again. Or another way. Oh, wait, sorry. Could we say, I'm going to keep water, keep that noun. Could we say, if we still had our adjective fresh water, could we say the stale fresh water? No, because stale and fresh are basically what? We just did it last week. They're antonyms. They mean something opposite. So we definitely can't have opposite adjectives describing one noun. Doesn't work. So let's get rid of fresh. Let's try, we might even get rid of water. Let's try this. Bread. Could we have the soft bread? Yes, soft bread is so good. Could we have the stale soft bread? Well, we could have stale describing bread, adding information to the noun bread, but stale and soft, if it's stale, it's going to be hard, and I don't have that adjective here that I know of. Nope. Okay. So what if could we have the fresh, soft bread? Yes. Okay. And what if I added one more? I might switch these. Could we say, I probably should have laid this down to watch. Could we say the fresh, soft, sweet bread? Yes. How many adjectives are describing that bread? 3. The fresh, soft, sweet bread tasted so good. All right. So we can have many adjectives for one noun. That was something that we didn't mention about adjectives. I'm just going to take one of our animals. Looks to me like a cheetah. Could we say the spotted cheetah? Yes, spotted would be our adjective that describes our noun cheetah. Could we say the yellow or the orange spotted cheetah? Yes, we could. So the orange spotted cheetah. So that's already two adjectives for the one noun of cheetah. Could we say, let's pretend like, looks like this one might be the mother or the female. So could we say the orange spotted female cheetah? We could, and that would be three adjectives for the one noun cheetah. The yellow, growling, fierce lion. Yellow, growling, fierce lion. That's right, three adjectives for one noun. He sort of looks like he's growling or roaring, but I don't know. He might just be smiling. Okay, so we could go on. We could talk about the three billy goats gruff, or the billy goat. That's already billy goat. Goat is the noun. Billy is describing it. It means the male goat. The horned billy goat, or we could say the white horned billy goat. That's the noun. So we have been using, you are very familiar with, and we did work with that. You not only did a lesson with lesson cards, but you did some drawers on many adjectives for one noun. So that noun family can have lots of brothers and sisters hanging on to the hands of the article adjective, a, an, or the adjective, and the noun. Remember that. Okay. I just wanted to go over that before we went over our verbs. All right, let's start with verbs. What do we know about verbs? What is a verb? I'm going to put these back. Sorry. You be thinking about what is a verb while I'm putting these back. A verb is a word that does an action, shows a state of being, links two words together, or helps another verb. A verb is a word that does an action, shows a state of being, links two words together, or helps another verb. All right, and what's our grammar symbol for the verb? The big red circle, because it's like the burning ball of the sun. Is the sun burning all the time? Yes, it never goes out. So it's always having action. All right, let's just say the verb again. A verb is a word, can you say it? That does an action, shows a state of being, links two words together, or helps another verb. Goodness, I should have made this lower. We did this because it's like it shows that we exist. Okay, so what do we know? What are some verbs that we know? What did we do? I handed you verb cards and you had to read it and you had to do it. So David, right now, can you jump? Good. Mabel, can you stand? Good. Ezra, can you wink? Good. Jessa, can you sit? Good. Okay. So we did a lot of activities with our verbs, and you learned that you had to have we sorted out verbs and nouns and adjectives and articles. Let's see. I'm just going to remember or review this. The word verb comes from the Latin word verbum, which in Latin means very important word. The word verb comes from the Latin word verbum, which means very important word. And why were verbs very important? Because they make something happen. We could have the pink flower, But can we have what happens with the pink flower? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. Can we have a brown horse? Yes. But what does the brown horse do? Nothing until we add a verb to it. The brown horse, let's see, I've got to try to find this. No, not the brown horse. A brown horse. Oops. Sorry, guys. A brown horse. Yes, and we talked about the verb agreeing with the subject. A brown horse walk. Can we say that? A brown horse walk. No, we have to say a brown horse walks. And I can't find my walks card. Or a brown horse, or here we go. I can't find the leaps, but a brown horse leaps. Can we say a brown horse leap? No. But if I just hand you, do we say David leap? No, we have to say David leaps. But could I say David and Mabel leap? Yes. Let's see. What did I do? All right. Could I say David and Mabel and Ezra and Jessa sing? Yes. And are David and Mabel and Ezra and Jessa doing something when they sing? Yes, they're doing an action. All right. So we sorted out animals. We talked about different things or different objects or different people or different animals doing something. They did something. So all the verbs that we learned about, we talked about them being actions or action verbs. That means they danced or they jumped or they sang or would sing or leap or walk. Okay, but the next part of a verb was a state of being. What is a verb? A verb is a word that does an action, shows a state of being. And you know these verbs, the state of being verbs. But we just ran out of time and didn't get to have the lessons on them because we didn't get to come back to school. So I just want to show you, I'm going to send you the list. Oops, what did I do? Here we go. Send you the list. So our state of being verbs, we're going to learn a little chant real quick. Our state of being verbs are am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay, let's say it again. Our state of being verbs, am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay, I'm going to teach you the chant. It goes like this. I might just put these up here. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of far away. Okay, what are our state of being verbs? Our state of being verbs are am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. All right, so we know about verbs now that they show action. Like in a film, when they're making a film and you see action and our state of being verbs. So I want you to tell me, use one of these state of being verbs in a little sentence. Can you say, I am doing my grammar work? Yes. Or Mabel is going to the store? Yes. Let's see, Jessa, Clara, and Max are doing their schoolwork? Yes. Asher, Asa, and Ezra were playing outside? Yes. Miss Kathy was making a mistake on the video? Yes. B. Let's use that one. B. Let's think of how can we do that. This isn't the B like bzzz, like an insect bee. No, this is I will be coming to see you at your house one more time before school's up this year. B. Being. You are being a pest to your brother and sister. Mabel, are you being a pest? Jessa, are you being a pest? Ezra, David, are you being a pest? And Ben, I have been making videos today for you to finish up school this year. Been. All right, let's say the state of being verbs again. Ready? Let's see if I can hold it here. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. All right. Let's talk about what is a sentence. This is our last part of our grammar review. You know what a sentence is. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses or tells a complete thought. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. All right, let's say it again. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses or tells a complete thought. It begins with a, that's right, capital letter, and it ends with a punctuation mark. All right, we've talked about a couple of different kinds of sentences. We haven't talked about all the kinds of sentences. We've talked about just a statement, a sentence that ends with a period. Mabel is a girl, period. We'd start it with a capital letter because it's the beginning of a sentence, but we'd also start it with a capital letter because Mabel is a proper noun. So Mabel is a girl. David is a boy, period. Okay, that's a statement, just making a statement. And we've also talked about asking a question. So, what is your favorite color? And what do we put at the end of a question? It's not the period. Look right up here. It's a question mark. What do we put at the end of a sentence that's a question? A big question mark. That's right. So for a statement, we just put a period. For a question, we put a question mark. All right. There are two more kinds of sentences I wanted to tell you about this year. And you've heard me use them. We've even used them in our regular daily journal. We've written them in our history journal. And not in our Bible journal, but in your daily journal and your history journal. And one of them, the next kind of sentence, is a command. And you know what a command is, right? Does your mom give you directions every day? Does your mom give you a command? Yes. Go clean your room. That's a command. Pick up your toys. That's a command. Please empty the dishwasher. That's a command. Even though your mom or your dad said please, it's still a command. It's still a direction. It's still, commands give an order or make a request. So that's a command when you give an order or you make a request. You know, you've probably heard about in the military, people that are in the army, they get commands all the time. Or have you seen Star Wars or any type of movie like that where it's kind of an army, there's fighting going on in a battle? The leaders in the battle have to give commands to the other people to tell you what to do and make things happen. And teachers, I have to give you commands. Line up at the door. That's a command. Please put away your work. That's a command. Roll up your rug. That's a command. All right. And the last one, which you know about too, is called an exclamation. It's a sentence where we go, where we exclaim something, where we say, ah, there's a spider in the room. And what do we end exclamation sentences with? An exclamation point. You have all written exclamation sentences before. I just can't remember if we formally talked about exclamation points. Sometimes we end sentences that are commands with an exclamation mark too, because it's like, go clean your room. It's an exclamation and a command. All right, so what are the 4 types of sentences? A statement ends with a period. A question ends with a question mark. An exclamation ends with an exclamation point, and a command. Let's talk. Let me give an example of something, and you tell me what it is. All right. Do you like ice cream? Which one is that? A statement, a question, an exclamation, or a command? I may put another period for the command. That is a question. Do you like ice cream? That's right, okay. Please shut the door. Which one is that? Is that a statement? Please shut the door. A statement, a question, an exclamation, or a command? That's a command. And it could be this. If I said, please shut the door, you're letting out the air conditioning. Okay. What about, there's a spider in the room? Or forget the part, sorry. That's a different word that we haven't learned yet. It's called an interjection. We'll get there. How about if I say, there's a spider in the room? What is it? Statement, question, exclamation, or command? It's an exclamation. Whoops, that one. And today in the cottage, there was a spider just coming down from the rails where we had all of our worlds hanging up, our earths. All right. So the one thing I forgot to say, what does an exclamation do? An exclamation shows sudden or strong feeling. So an exclamation shows sudden or strong feeling. What does a statement do? It gives information. What does a command do? It makes a request or gives an order. What does a question do? It asks you something. Okay. You have learned so much grammar. I'm going to be sending you this for this week that you can print out the state of being verbs. I may send you something else that you can draw the grammar symbols on. But you have learned so much. I'm very proud of you, first grade, and I'll talk to you later today in another lesson. Bye.